Coordinate grid, position and direction. What is it? Intersection of two lines, one horizontal and one vertical. Why? Helps in finding artifacts if you're an archaeologist. Interesting fact, a leopard's tail is about as long as its entire body. This helps it with balance and enables it to make sharp turns. Let's talk about the vocabulary. Ordered pairs is a pair of letters or numbers that show a position on a grid. Okay, axis is a line on a graph that is labeled with two letters or numbers. One axis, and the plural is two axes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the orange square. The orange square is at B4, and B4 is your ordered pair. Let's take a look at the black lines are the axis. So let's go ahead and take a look at the steps. Step 1, use the horizontal axis first, which is left to right. Step 2, use the vertical axis second, which is up and down. So let's take a look at these points, and we're going to go ahead and take a look and graph them. So we're going to take a look at B5. So we're going to find B on the horizontal axis. We're going to color everything in that column. And then now we're going to do the same thing on 5. We're going to find it in the vertical axis. We're going to color everything in that row. And as you can see, there's one spot where it is intersecting. What does yellow and blue make? It makes green. And therefore, that is where B5 is. Now let's take a look at C2. We're going to find C on the horizontal axis first. So after we do that, we're going to go ahead and color everything in that column. Now we're going to go ahead and find the vertical axis. And we're going to find 2. So we're going to color everything into that row. And then you're going to go ahead and find the intersection square. And in that case, once again, we're looking, and it'll turn green, and there is C2. Now, when you're doing this, you only have to plot the one where they intersect, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at the final example, E3. Once again, find E on the horizontal axis, color everything in the column, find the 2 on the vertical axis, or sorry, not 2, 3, color that in. Looking for the intersection square, and what does yellow and blue make? They make green, and therefore that is where E3 is. Now let's go ahead and show you where the other ones were, just in case you want to take a look at them again. And finally, let's move on to this next example. So we're going to shade the following squares on the grid. So this particular example, if you can see on the bottom, we don't have numbers, we have letters. Sorry, we don't have letters, we have numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one, which is 3, 3. So once again, remember, use the horizontal axis first, left to right. So we're going to move 3 squares to the right. Now we're going to go 3 squares up, and we're going to color that in. So we're done with that. So now we're going to do the next one, which is 4, 2. We're going to go 4 squares to the right and 2 up. And then we're going to go ahead and color in that square and move on to the next one, which is 2, 3. We're going to 2 to the right, 3 up, color in, and we're done with that. Once again, 2, we're going to use 2, 2, 2 to the right, 2 up, color it in. Next is 4, 4, 4 to the right, 4 up, and color it in. And now we're going to do it with 5, 1, go over 5, go up 1, all right, and then we're staying in the same spot because that's where the first square is. And then we're going to go ahead and color that in, and we're done. Now we're going to go ahead with 5, 5, go over 5, go up 5, color it in. Do you see what's happening? Maybe you see something. So let's go ahead and continue, and then hopefully you'll see it. So as we can see, 2, 5, go over 2, go up 5, and there we have it. Now finally, we have, we have 2 left, 2, 2, 2, 1, move over 2, and since we're in the first square already, you can just go up 1, so then therefore we're staying where we are because that's the first square. Color it in, and now we finally have 2, 4. So go over 2 squares and go up 4 squares and then color it in. And then as you can see, we're done with it. And the next question, what letter have you made? We have made the letter K. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We're going to look at the grid and write down the position of each square that is shaded. So this time we're working backwards from what we just did. So, okay, now we're going to find the first one. We're going to move over to B. We're going to go up to that first square, and then we're going to go ahead, and that's B4. Okay, just in case that method didn't really work out for you, we're going to show you a different way. We're going to pick a square, we're going to go straight down, and that gives me, and we're going to go straight to across, and that gives me B5. Okay, so if that doesn't work out, what you can do is just highlight everything in that row like we have here, and we can see that the ones we're working with is on C. And if we highlight to the left, to the vertical axis, we can see that we're on 3. And so therefore, we're looking for the intersection once again, and we're at C3. Now we're going to repeat these different ways of doing it. So maybe, and you can pick whatever one you like, and also whichever is best for you. So we're going to take a look at D. We're going to move the next one. We're going to move it over to D. We're going to go up. How many did we go up? We went up 2 squares. So therefore, that is at D2. Now we're going to take a look at another square. This time we're going straight down. We're going to pick a square, go straight down. As you can see, we landed at D. Now we're going to go straight across, and we land at 5. So therefore, my point is at D5. Now we're going to take a look at another way of same way, continuing. We're going to pick a square, go straight down, and then pick another square, go straight across, and find the intersection point, which is E3. And then finally, let's take a look at the last 2 letters. We're going to go straight across once again to F. And we're going to go straight up to 4. And then finally, there's F4 is that location of that rectangle. So, and then finally, we can go straight down from F, or from the square really, and land in F. And then go straight across to 5, and you get F5 for your last square. And there is the location of all of those squares, and we are done with this question. Okay, and there we have it. Now, it is your turn, so go ahead and shade, for the first example, shade the following squares. In step 2, write the position of each square. So go ahead and pause the video so you can take your time to answer these questions, and I will show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.